Hello everyone, welcome to this Friday's Wish Fulfilled Friday or Feel Good Friday, as I'm going to mix in the two. I'm going to dedicate Fridays obviously to your success stories, and I'm also going to start to include some more hypnosis audios as well, so that Friday just sets you up for the weekend, sets you up for feeling good. We like Fridays. They've always got a good feel to them. I'm Athena.raven. I'm a mental health and manifestation life coach, and I'm here to empower and inspire you on this manifestation journey with the help of my trusty little assistant, Coco Bean, who's here to put a smile on your face and to help those of you who are going through a bit of a rough patch with it, or maybe you're not, maybe you're just learning, maybe you're curious. And these success stories are a really wonderful way to just share with you how this all works. Notice a pattern with people's successes, how they did it, how they shifted. Everyone's a bit different. Everyone utilizes the law that little bit differently. They add their own personal touch, but the core fundamentals and characteristics remain the same throughout. And this is why I love to share your successes. Please do, if you haven't done so already, share your success story with the community, because chances are there's someone out there who has been through or is going through a similar predicament or situation. And you know what it's like when you're going through this stuff. It can feel a little bit lonely. It can feel a little bit isolating sometimes if you don't have the kind of friends that you could just raise this with and talk about manifestation or talk about life, talk about the law. I mean, half the time I didn't have anyone to talk to about this kind of stuff, so I'm trying to create that safe space here so that you can all converse and share and support each other. And you've been incredibly supportive. I have a beautiful community here, and I want to see that continue to grow. Those of you who are in a success mindset, and a lot of you on this channel absolutely are, and because of that, I guarantee all of you are going to get success. In fact, all of you already are a success, but many of you don't even realize it. And that's why I keep on pushing success onto you. I'm doing it for a reason. I'm doing it to give you all a success mindset. And I'm not going to just specify SP. I'm going to specify success in all avenues of your life, because you're going to have all kinds of desires. And we're not going to wait for SP to determine that we are successful. We're going to determine, we're going to state, we're going to know, we're going to feel that we are a success now. Despite the fact if you're still waiting on your SP to turn up, or still waiting for the money or that ideal career or health, you already are a success story. And every single one of you, I guarantee right now, listen up, every single one of you already have numerous successes you are sitting on. The amount of people that I meet and that I coach, as I'm talking to them, I realize, hang on, that's a success story. Why haven't you shared this? That's a success story too. They don't even realize, because it might have been before they discovered the law, or it might have been something, I don't know. A lot of you think that if you haven't got your SP yet, then you're not a success story. But trust me, every single one of you are. So I want you to bring that into your awareness, because then that's going to further establish to your mindset that yes, actually I am a success. I had success in this and I successfully manifested that. And then on top of that, you're going to be like, right, so if I can do it for these things, I can do it for anything. But please do feel free to share your success, whether you're just a viewer, or whether you're someone who's coached with me, or whether, this was before you discovered the law. I don't care. All of your success stories are useful. All of them are inspiring. I love to hear them. I love to hear how your bridges unfold. And I love for you to share and help each other out, because we know it can be a bit lonely. And there's nothing better than knowing that you're not alone, that someone else has been through this before and have absolutely manifested success in their own way. So today's success story is something, it's fabulous. It's something a little bit different. She's done incredibly well, and it was not easy for her to share this because she was extremely anxious, like a lot of my clients are, like a lot of people are, right? Anxious to share your success stories, particularly, I don't know what it is, particularly SPs. Anything SP related seems to carry a lot of anxiety because you're worried that your SP might see this or something else. In her case in particular, though, because of a traumatic past, there was a lot of worries about this. So she's kept it quite generic in order to protect her privacy. And I, of course, will protect all of your privacy. I will only share what you guys want to share. And I'll only post on my website, what you want me to post, what you tell me that I can post with all of that. Okay, so do keep that in mind so you're not fearful of sharing stuff. But she's done incredibly well. So I've got my phone. She very kindly recorded it on a voice note. and she's going to share with you. So she went from no contact situation, in fact, being blocked with her specific person, to now being in contact. And okay, that bridge is still unfolding. And she's going to tell you a bit about that, but it's still an incredible thing. She's fed back to me some amazing things that he has said. Changes are occurring, but that's still on the bridge. The most beautiful outcome, the one that really meant so much to her, the second SP, which happens to be her daughter. And this was a very strained, non-existent, I suppose, relationship for quite a while. So when she came to me, she was very devastated about this, understandably so. The love and the bonds between mother and daughter, to not have that connection, it was really, really affecting her. And so we discussed this, we worked through this, we changed it around, and she's had an incredible result. And I know that I've got a couple of clients out there who are having strained relationships at the moment. Some of your SPs are your family members, daughters, because an SP is a specific person, but the outcome could be anything, right? You know, it could be your boss that you want a better harmonious relationship. It could be friendships rekindled. It's not just lovers, you know, it can be families. So this was beautiful because this is something a bit different and it meant a lot to her. So sit back, relax, grab yourself a hot drink or a cold drink if it happens to be a nice day, like here today in the UK. It is stunning. So I'm going to put this on play, get yourself comfortable, and let's see what she has to say.
Hi, everyone. I just want to thank Athena for asking me to share, I guess success story. Mainly because when I was going through a really hard time, I would listen into Athena's channel and hear everyone else's success stories, and it would just get me feeling very relaxed in really uncertain times. So I'm really grateful to get to contribute to like her community that she's created here. Okay, so when I reached out to Athena in March, I was in quite a bit of distress. I'm not gonna lie. I was in a bad shape emotionally, and I had just come out of an abusive marriage, and I was mainly reaching out to manifest my SP and my daughter. So in order to keep the privacy of people involved, I might be a bit vague, but I really wanted to focus on what I did that helped me in case that helps anyone else. But basically, so with my SP, he was a really close friend when we were younger, and I guess I manifested a lot of obstacles and third parties in there. However, when I was older, I worked on my self-concept, and he shared with me how much he actually cared for me and felt for me, and it was so beautiful hearing those things, but there were still third parties involved. And when it came to me finally I think I manifested wanting to leave my marriage, and I now have awareness of the bridge that unfolded that allowed me to leave. But that's another story for another day. But my SP was a really big part of helping me out of that situation, really played a very big role in it. And there are still third parties involved, there are obstacles involved, so I'm still working on manifesting the end scene with my SP and I. And what I did primarily was Athena helped me focus in and create what my perfect end scene would look like. And it involves a lot of affection, a lot of joy, a lot of like family time, quality time, and also inner knowing that we're both living our purpose on earth. And you know, the things like flicking through my phone and looking at photos of our memories, that kind of thing. So it's like a 30-second to 1 minute scene, and I just kept looping that every night. And I went from blocked to, we met randomly at this event that I didn't know he was organizing, that I agreed to take part in. And then from that, I got unblocked everywhere. And then there's been contact, and it's hot and cold contact at the moment. So I'm working on my self-concept here, and I'm just trusting that final scene. And I just keep doing the visualizations. And I find that when I get needy and I chase, I then receive rejection and him pulling away. But when I relax into my energy, my feminine energy, and just really trust what Athena is teaching all of us, and I guess the final, like the law of it, when I trust the law is, I guess the best way to say it, is when I end up receiving a lot of love, a lot of like that influx of like, just hope, I guess, of what I want to hear. And I'm just trusting the process right now. So I'm not messing with the middle, and I'm just letting it all unfold, even though he's currently in and out, like hot and cold. So I'm like basically not at the end yet, but I'm at a state internally in my mind where I am at the end in my mind. And so I guess in the 5D, I'm already at the end. The 3D is just going to catch up eventually. It'll be fine. So if you're in a state with your SP where you're feeling a bit distressed, I would say really focus on the 5D. Enjoy that feeling, because isn't it so much fun to daydream? And just isn't it so much fun to like feel like you have everything you want? And that's just how I'm kind of operating right now. And with my daughter, it's kind of a really beautiful story. So she's really young as yet, and I was working on co-parenting, but I had experienced that she just had closed her heart to me, and there were external forces in the 3D that were like encouraging her to stay away from me. So I was really distressed when I reached out to Athena, because I love her so much. And so I just kept doing a visualization, and also Athena, I think, did CBT with me, and then she created a hypnosis for me, which I also use for my SP, by the way. But I did this hypnosis almost every night for my daughter, and whenever I was kind of free, I would bring my thoughts back to positive, and I would kind of visualize this beam of light between her heart and my heart whenever I would feel really sad about what I was seeing in the 3D. And that beam of light feeling was just her heart opening to mine. So I was open to any outcome. I wasn't like, I needed things to be this way in order for me to feel okay. It was sort of like, I just want our hearts to be connected, and then I know the rest will fall into place. And the reason I came to that conclusion is because I made all the mistakes. So at first I was trying to manifest that she goes on a trip with me. And I did, I manifested it. She came on the trip, but she was so annoyed with me the whole trip. And then when we reached back, it was like, took 2 steps backwards. She was worse than before. So that's when I kind of realized, oh, we do not mess with the middle here. So don't try and manifest specific things that you want with that person, but manifest the feeling you want with that person, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So I kept focusing on the feeling, and then it just took a 180-degree turn, like overnight. So she was adamantly on one side of the fence, just looked like there was no movement in the 3D whatsoever. And when I say looks like, I found out later things that were happening behind the scenes that were moving in my favor that I didn't know at the time, which is why it just gave me so much more faith that things on my SP will also work out, because I couldn't see the movements that were being done with my daughter, but I also had an inner knowing of how the law works. I knew that things were moving, and I got proof, like things that moved to help us reconnect was so crazy. Like I can't even, in order to keep privacy, I can't share it, but I think you can hear from my voice how amazing it was, and how it's just like, wow, if that can move, anything can move, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. But basically, just to give you faith that even if you can't see something shifting, it's shifting, I promise. And when she did like a 180-degree turn, like the first day that she did it, I was so elated, so happy. But I had at the back of my mind, like, oh no, what if this is like my SP? What if I lose her too? And then the next day she went back into the old mode. And then I recognized, oh my God, I'm pushing her away with my fears. So I called her back in again, kept focusing on the the beam of light. And it's just been really consistent since then, because even after I got her love and I feel close to her, I haven't stopped my practice. So I wake up every morning and I keep visualizing the end and feeling of us being close. So that's, I think, the trick and the key is that when you finally do get your manifestation, is to not then go into fear mode of what if I lose it. It's to just keep persisting in the end. That's just something I guess I'm just sharing based on what I learned along the way. So I hope that helps anyone who's in distress at the moment. I also manifested some fun things like abundance through creative ways, and it's like so random, but I guess I got a really big lump sum of gift from my family member, and I was trying to invest in this course that would help my career, and the amount of the course happened to be the exact same amount of the lump sum that I got. And then I used that amount to invest in myself, and then I got that amount every month. So it's like just one of those things where it's beautiful, where if you just trust in the abundance to flow to you, I think I was doing something like a belief that abundance would find me through things I love and easy, creative ways, that kind of thing. So I was just having an inner knowing that, yeah, abundance chases me. It'll find me through really fun, creative ways. And it just does. So I guess what I'm saying is also like, although I was in a lot of distress and a lot of pain, and I had a lot of PTSD, the thing I liked about Athena's coaching was that a lot of coaches out there, they kind of gaslight you. They make you feel like, no, if you're thinking negative, that's why your things are negative. You have to call in the positive. Keep affirming, keep affirming. And that affirmation on top of feeling distressed can add a lot more distress. And so Athena's style is like, yeah, we're having a human experience. Your PTSD is real. Let's release that. Let's focus on healing. I also have a therapist on the side. I'm working on healing my subconscious blocks, so there's a lot of stuff I'm interested in the psychology aspect of manifesting. And I think it only serves to help in actually manifesting. And one thing I would share just out of my own experience is that I was really open about my pain about my daughter to family members and friends who loved me, and they would then go and pray for me. So in a way, it's sort of like they were assisting my manifestation. And I think having Athena as a coach is that she also manifests all of our clients to have good news. So she adds in to like us succeeding because she's also manifesting for us. And I think there's power in that as well, is that you're releasing control and you're allowing people to help you and you're allowing love to flow into your life. And I think one of the reasons my daughter and me really took a 180, I think it's because so many people were praying for me as well. So I'm grateful for that. And I hope that any of this resonated, some of this resonated. I hope it helped. Athena knows what she's doing. She's got you. Just trust the process, even if it doesn't feel like it's going very well right now. It will. But good luck, everyone. Take care.
Thank you so much, sweetheart. And it's a special day for her as well. So thank you so much. It was actually incredible too, because I'm releasing this video on a special day for her, not to mention the length of that voice note. She was like, I just realized it's 11:11. For those of you who like a bit of numerical signs as well, I know I cannot deny I see numerical signs in all of my manifestations. So we thought that was particularly key. And I know that's her new beginnings. I know that things are unfolding for her and working in her favor. Just a comment as well to you, hun, is that no doubt you're watching this, and I can't remember if I said already, but if you do want to comment below, you can. I know you're being very protective with your privacy. Totally understandable. Again, I don't ever push for people to make it be known it's their success story. A lot of this stuff is very, very private and personal to them. But if you do, I'll pin it. And then, if people want to ask you questions or congratulate you and stuff, that would be, lovely as well. But yeah, with regards to these journeys, to these processes, like I say, she came from a background of PTSD and trauma. She's got the help of a therapist too. Some of my clients are getting help of a therapist as well. And that's fine too. Although sometimes if a therapist's not particularly open, they're just coming from a base psychological perspective, then they're going to say things that of course will contradict the law as well. So that's a point to make. But one other point I was going to make to you, hun, is that you mentioned about with your SP, it's hot and cold at the moment. Remember what we said, we don't want to label it hot and cold because that's going to manifest in more of the hot and cold. We're going to just look and interpret this situation as well. Whatever's happening, this is working in my favor. And those moments of silence doesn't mean that I'm not getting what I want. And I'm putting my attention and focus, I'm choosing to see more of the wonderful contact and communication we're having, because she has reported back to me amazing things that he has been saying. I mean, they've gone from blocked and no contact to this chance meeting and to this reconnection also effortlessly. But of course, she's right as well in stating that remaining in the end, and that doesn't mean keep on with your techniques and stuff all the time necessarily. I mean, living in the end can take on different ways, different methods for different people, right? But essentially what it is that you're looking at life through the perspective of the version of you that has it. And if you've done your imaginal acts, be it once or if you've had to do it a few times, then it's impressed something upon you. That's the purpose of the imaginal act. So now I can look at life through those eyes. So now when I do get a bit of the hot and cold, I'm not as triggered about it, and I'm not essentially labeling the cold stuff. I mean, if anything, I'm probably dismissing the cold behavior in favor of the hot, because I'm occupying the state of being chosen, loved, cherished, safe, secure, whatever it feels like to be in a committed relationship. Everyone's going to feel something different. But if I'm occupying that state, then it stands to reason I'm going to dismiss everything that kind of goes against that, because I know I've decided this is who I am, and I'm not going to wait for SP to validate that, and I'm not going to let his hot and cold behavior determine if I am this, that, and the other. Do you see what I mean? This is the mindset. This is the discipline aspect of the mindset, which isn't so easy for a lot of people who are perhaps on a specific journey manifestation, no matter who your specific person is, no matter what the situation, if it is at work, if it is a family, if it is a loving relationship, whatever it might be. So that's something to keep in mind as well, not judging too much of the 3D circumstances, but instead opting for a observation, because it's your feedback loop. It's meant to be observed, not ignored, not but essentially, yeah, I'm not going to label it and judge it too much and make it take me out of state, because I'm going to make it mean that no, I decide who I am. Another thing was her manifesting in the middle. Did you hear what she'd mentioned about that too? Yes, I told her off about this. I told all of you guys off about this. Leave the middle alone. We don't care about the middle, because her manifesting, for example, for her daughter to come to this particular, I can't remember what it was, some sort of event or engagement, that yes, her daughter came, she got her manifestation, but she got an awful outcome with regards to that, because imagining that your specific person, for example, has come with you to an event, or spent your birthday with you, or spent Christmas with you, or spent whatever it might be. I know a lot of you are looking for that instantaneous gratification or something quick. Oh, I want my SP to come in by Valentine's Day, so I'm going to manifest that they come in Valentine's Day and stuff. But again, the feeling of that is not necessarily the scene that you would imagine anyway. Essentially, it's not necessarily going to give you the feeling of being in a loving, committed relationship, or having a harmonious friendship, or having a harmonious mother-daughter bond, or anything like that. It just suggests that they came to that particular event. They were there for that event, but you don't feel the longevity of it. You don't feel the safety and security of it. You could potentially still be seeing the old version of them. So there's all this stuff to consider. And although she imagines very consistently, because she enjoys it, because it makes her feel good, it's not necessary as well. Some of you will find that you imagine once. I am a lazy manifester. I think I should just coin this term, lazy manifesting, or I should label my channel that, because I'm all about getting quick results, and I'm all about doing it with the least effort. And what I found over these 20 odd years of having discovered the law is that actually the path of least effort, least resistance, and it's so much more of a harmonious unfolding in that respect, but it's not always easy, and I do get that as well. And that's why the mental health side of things, the psychological aspect of this, the reason why I learned modalities of therapy to nurture that element of it, makes it so much easier to, okay, we can detach and let go. And that means detaching from a lot of these techniques, right? You don't want to, from state of anxiety, people affirming in a state of anxiety. I'm dealing with clients all the time now who are getting OCD from all of these affirmations. That's why I tend to make them drop it all. And I've never used them myself, but keep this in mind. If you are using, say, affirmations, say if you enjoy them, or say if you're using imaginal acts and you want to kind of, you enjoy the repetition of it, do it because you enjoy it. And also what really helped her, did you notice as well, that she said that she went general with a bit of it. So with regards to her daughter, she just went generally capturing a feeling. It wasn't like I'm going to focus on another event that my daughter comes to and we spend time together. No, I'm going to focus on a feeling of, and I loved that there was like the beam of light, the hearts being open. So I'm like open to receiving this love. She's receiving it from me as I'm receiving it from her. And that scene, that almost abstract imaginal scene, was what her unconscious created based on questions I was asking her, based on conversational hypnosis I was using to take her there. That's what her unconscious mind came up with. And that was the most natural thing for her to adopt and to accept. And that's why she had like really, because there was really little resistance after that. And she just kind of went for it, occupied the state. And very, very quickly, she said, things turned around. It doesn't have to be a slow drawn out process. You see, I've had that before with some SPs, or I've revised certain things, or I've occupied the state literally the next day. The number of clients that are saying to me, as soon as we've coached, quite a lot of you have been coming back saying to me, oh, I should talk to you more often. Guess what? Movement the next day, or something happens the next day, or something happened within an hour or something. I think because we just remove all the resistance. But living in the end, persistence in living in the end means keeping to that state. Doesn't necessarily mean that you're doing all the techniques and stuff all the time. In fact, if you can drop the techniques, even better for you, because detachment, less effort, that's what we like. Does that make sense? I hope so. But I hope you found this inspiring. It was a little bit different. And I really wanted her to share it because of that. And because I know there are some clients that I'm coaching who are also, it's to do with family members and stuff, their specific person. It's not always about a lover. But the fundamentals, the principles, the methods that it's exactly the same. It's exactly the same. And that's why I say test this law and test it with other specific people in your life. I'm always testing it. I do manifestations regarding my mum, my friends. I've done a healing one for my friends. I've done, I do it with other friends of mine as well, get them to say something or get them to be a certain way, present them to myself a certain way. Just for fun. It happens all the time. It builds up your confidence as well. And yes, I am manifesting that all you guys get success. This is why I think I was drawn to keep posting up success stories. I'm getting all of you to send me your success stories. I don't care if you coach with me. I don't care if it was before you discovered the law. You're all of you are already a success. Let's get into this mindset. You're all success. You just are. Look for the success in your life. You will find it. I promise you. Even if you feel like a failure at the moment, even if you feel like things are going wrong, even if you feel like it's all going on in the opposite direction, I promise you, you are all successes, and you have all succeeded in various manifestations in the duration of your life. Think about it. You're all sitting on incredible stories. Share them. I'm going to put them on the website as well. My website, the link is down below in the description box. And let's start creating this community of success so that you all achieve it and you keep on manifesting more of it in everything, because you will. And I'm manifesting it for you. That's why I'm getting so much feedback now with your success stories. So I've got your back, guys, as you've got mine. We've got each other. I love you all. Go and enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you in the next video.